and I don't know. It would be great if somebody probably does. Somebody who has really researched the French Marines much more than I have, and maybe even in Louisburg or their actual military practices, because I honestly don't know. It would be.
Well, I certainly rotated it.
Yeah, they were sure that since they had their own a special separate room, that they rotated in and out, and you would, a group of men would have guard duty for X number of time,
Yeah.
and then and we also are relatively certain that the officer day rotated. That one of the things that Dave Hamilton, who's passed, Dave was a historian here for a number of years back in the 80s, and Dave had commented, and I heard him comment. He said this several times, that from reading the documents and stuff about Fort de Chartres, they were always officer heavy, and he used the term cadre. He said he thought it was like an officer's cadre, where they would take officers from the East Coast or from wherever the French, from New Orleans or whatever, and they would bring them in here, kind of like a training ground, just to kind of get them prepped to move on to the other outposts. I don't know, but it does seem that it was rather officer heavy. But I'm sorry I can't answer your question.
That's as good a theory as any.
Yeah, but
you can always say it's been said.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm sorry I can't answer your question. That's as the years go by, this thing maybe David can be a research project, because there were a number of official acts that the military did in the 18th century. One of them was changing the guard, and one of them had to do with colors. And I've seen them written up. And in fact, we've performed them a few times here. But they're very elaborate, and they're very, you get a whole bunch of guys together, and they stand around and they got secret handshakes, and they get secret handshakes and stuff, and that's all really cool. But then when you talk to folks who read about Fort de Chartres, it was kind of like, nah, at Fort de Chartres, when the new guys are taking over, they handed the guy the key and said, okay, it's yours. I'll see you later, Ralph, or Pierre, or whatever, or Jean Baptiste. I'll see you tomorrow, And then I have a problem with thinking about that. Every day they would do these very formal. You're out here in the frontier.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're so far removed from.
Yeah, as they say, it's not the end of the world, but you can see it from here. And it's the same way with uniforms. And we know, and I'll just say this, and you guys tell me if it's getting too hot and you want to move, or you can't take the heat.
It's hot everywhere. So.
Yeah. One of the things that Eric is always discussed in folks doing French Marines is the idea of shaving, and it was understood, like in Louisburg, that the men were shaved once a week by the surgeon or the surgeon's mate, and every man would sit down and get shaved, and so you do it once a week, get all the guys lined up, and it takes you that long, I guess, to do the whole garrison. Well, here at Fort de Chartres, that same biography, or I don't even know what the correct term used for that.
Survey?
It talks about the 6 guys. They discuss 2 of the 6, I believe, it talks about the color of their beard. Mm-hmm. And why would you say a man has a dark, amber beard or whatever, brown beard, whatever, if the guy's just simply been shaved, and then you would say that about all the guys, but there's 2 of them, they actually talk about colors of the beard. So we can, at Fort de Chartres, and now I use the term we as a proud French Marine of Fort de Chartres, we can have 1 or 2 guys in the unit with a beard. Now, you don't want everybody wearing beards, because that's not what that 6 guys indicate. But you could have a couple, and so nobody can say, which people do. They say, "Oh, you can't have a beard. You can't be a French Marine with a beard. You got to shave your beard." And you can look at them and say, "No, not a Fort de Chartres." We can, yeah, and which is pretty cool. It also talks about their whole families. It gives their nicknames. It also talks about Breeze Toot, the drummer whose nickname is Butterfingers. I love that, But anyhow, that I think things at Fort de Chartres were more casual than they were. In fact, I've always felt that the way the gate is right now is how it would have been most of the time. I mean, people are coming back and forth, and somebody says, "Well, what about like Indians sneaking inside the fort?" And we had that white Anglo-Saxon, from watching TV when we were little, that every Indian looks exactly the same. So so you got a mean, savage, hateful enemy like the fox up north. He's going to come down and walk right inside your fort because nobody's going. He's looks like all the other Indians. No, they all were different. They knew each other. They interacted with each other. So you could have the gate open and people would be coming and going, and it wouldn't be a situation of, not always the Hull 2 goes there. And I'm sure that at night they probably close the gates. And maybe it depends on who was on guard duty. It might not.
Kind of related to that, I was reading something just the other day. Maybe it was from one of Martha Brown's books. But they talked about the original fort, the stone fort, was supposed to be bigger. But King Louis wouldn't have any of it. It cost too much. So then they went ahead and started building it this size, I guess. And then at one point, Versailles said, "No, it's costing too much, just forget it." And they said, "Well, no, it's gone too far now. We can't just forget it." So they compromised and made the walls only 3 foot thick. Originally, they were supposed to be much thicker.
Yeah.
And they all agreed that wouldn't withstand a bombardment from Canada.
Exactly. Yeah.
But who's going to bring dragon cannon down here anyway?
Yeah.
So they didn't worry about it.
Yeah.